The mastermind behind over 100 jaw-dropping car transformations suddenly vanished from television screens, leaving millions of fans wondering what really happened to the legend himself. Chip Foose dominated reality TV for over a decade, turning rust buckets into automotive masterpieces in just 7 days. But behind the cameras, a perfect storm of scandal, betrayal, and heartbreak was brewing that would change everything. From bitter feuds with former mentors to police raids and family tragedy, the real story of Chip Foose's disappearance is far more shocking than anyone imagined. This is what really went down. Before Chip Foose became a household name, he was just a kid with grease under his fingernails and dreams bigger than his father's garage. At 7 years old, while other children played with toy cars, Chip was already working on real ones at Project Design, his father Sam's automotive company in Santa Barbara. The boy who would later revolutionize custom car building was earning 17 cents an hour, learning bodywork and paint techniques that would make him millions. By age 12, Chip had already painted his first complete vehicle, a Porsche 356, that would set the standard for his legendary attention to detail. His talent caught the eye of Alex Tremoulis, the designer behind the iconic Tucker automobile, who encouraged the young prodigy to pursue formal training at the prestigious Art Center College of Design. Though financial struggles forced him to drop out twice, Chip's determination never wavered. The breakthrough came in 1997 when Chip achieved something unprecedented. He became the youngest person ever inducted into the Hot Rod Hall of Fame at just 31 years old. This wasn't just recognition, it was validation that his unique blend of classical styling and modern innovation was reshaping the entire industry. His designs weren't just cars, they were rolling sculptures that captured the essence of American automotive culture. When Overhaulin premiered on TLC in 2004, television audiences got their first real look at automotive genius in action. The show's concept was deceptively simple: trick unsuspecting car owners into believing their beloved rides had been stolen, towed, or destroyed, then surprise them with completely rebuilt masterpieces. But what made the show extraordinary wasn't the pranks, it was watching Chip transform automotive disasters into award-winning showstoppers in just 1 week. The series became an instant phenomenon, running for 5 consecutive seasons and producing nearly 90 completed builds. Each episode showcased Chip's uncanny ability to sketch his vision on paper, then bring it to life with mathematical precision and artistic flair. He wasn't just fixing cars, he was fulfilling dreams and creating automotive history one episode at a time. By 2008, Chip Foose had reached the pinnacle of reality television success, with millions of viewers tuning in weekly to witness automotive magic. His designs were winning prestigious Riddler Awards, and his name had become synonymous with custom car perfection. Everything seemed unstoppable, but dark clouds were already gathering on the horizon. Behind the glittering success of Overhaulin lay one of the automotive world's most bitter and personal feuds. The relationship between Chip Foose and his former mentor Boyd Coddington had deteriorated into something resembling a Shakespearean tragedy, complete with betrayal, stolen employees, and public humiliation that played out on national television. The drama began in 1998 when Chip made the decision that would define his career, leaving Hot Rods by Boyd to start his own company. At the time, Boyd Coddington was facing serious financial troubles, with his wheel company dragging the entire operation toward bankruptcy. Chip had risen to become president of the company and designed many of Boyd's most famous creations, including the legendary Boydster and Boydster II. But when the writing appeared on the wall, Chip chose to jump ship rather than go down with it. What turned a business decision into a personal war was what happened next. Chip didn't just leave, he took some of Boyd's most talented craftsmen with him. Key employees like Charlie Hutton and Mike Curtis followed Chip to his new venture, essentially gutting Boyd's workforce of their most skilled builders. In Boyd's mind, this wasn't just competition, it was theft of his life's work. The feud exploded into public view through Boyd's own reality show, American Hot Rod, where cameras captured the real-time drama of employees quitting to join Chip's operation. Viewers watched in stunned silence as Boyd refused to even shake hands with departing workers, his bitterness and anger palpable through the screen. The man who had once been like a father to Chip now treated him like a mortal enemy. In a 2006 interview, Chip revealed the depth of the rift when he stated, "Boyd has chosen to not have any relations with me since I stopped working at his shop. This wasn't just about business anymore, it had become deeply personal." Boyd felt betrayed by the protege he had nurtured, while Chip maintained he was simply pursuing his own dreams after Boyd's company began crumbling. The automotive community was forced to choose sides in what became known as the Foose versus Boyd war. Hot rod enthusiasts debated the ethics of Chip's departure and employee recruitment on forums and in magazines. The drama provided endless fodder for reality television producers, but it also created a cloud of controversy that would follow Chip throughout his career. This bitter rivalry would prove to be just the beginning of his troubles. Just as Chip Foose's television career was reaching new heights, he found himself entangled in one of the automotive industry's most shocking scandals. The Unique Performance debacle would nearly destroy his carefully built reputation and force him to make devastating business decisions that cost him millions. Unique Performance, based in Farmers Branch, Texas, seemed like the perfect partner for Chip's expanding empire. The company held licenses from both Carroll Shelby and Chip Foose to produce high-end continuation models of classic muscle cars. They were building everything from Eleanor Mustangs to Foose-designed Camaros, with price tags reaching $200,000 or more. For Chip, it represented a chance to bring his custom designs to a broader market without the massive overhead of manufacturing. But customers who had put down huge deposits were growing increasingly frustrated. Cars that were supposed to be delivered in months were taking years to complete, if they were finished at all. Complaints began flooding in from buyers who had paid six-figure sums for vehicles that seemed to exist only on paper. The situation was spiraling out of control, and neither Chip nor Carroll Shelby had any idea how bad things really were. Everything came crashing down on November 1, 2007, when Farmers Branch police conducted a massive raid on Unique Performance's facilities. What they discovered was absolutely shocking. 61 vintage vehicles in various stages of construction, most with tampered or completely fake vehicle identification numbers. Police found areas where original VINs had been scraped off and replaced with fraudulent plates, suggesting a massive title washing operation. The investigation revealed that Unique Performance had been taking customer deposits for cars they never intended to build, while simultaneously engaging in what appeared to be systematic VIN fraud. The company had essentially been running a sophisticated Ponzi scheme, using new customer deposits to fund previous builds while pocketing the difference. Chip moved quickly to distance himself from the disaster, officially severing all ties with Unique Performance within days of the raid. In a strongly worded press release, Foose Design made it clear that they no longer had any affiliation with Unique and that the company no longer had rights to any Foose intellectual property, designs, or trademarks. But the damage was done. Chip's name had been dragged through the mud in connection with alleged criminal activity. The scandal cost Chip more than just money. It nearly destroyed the trust he had built with fans and customers over decades. Though he was never personally implicated in any wrongdoing, the association with Unique Performance created a stain on his reputation that took years to overcome. While the world saw Chip Foose as an unstoppable force in the automotive industry, few knew about the devastating personal loss that shaped every aspect of his life and career. The tragedy that struck the Foose family in 1985 would become the driving force behind Chip's relentless work ethic and his commitment to making every moment count. Amy Foose was just 16 years old when she lost her battle with Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that causes rapid aging in children. Most kids with progeria don't live past their teens, as their bodies age at an accelerated rate, causing them to develop conditions typically seen in elderly adults. For Chip, watching his younger sister fight this cruel disease was both heartbreaking and inspiring. Despite facing a condition that would have crushed most people's spirits, Amy maintained an infectious optimism and joy that amazed everyone who met her. She never complained about her circumstances, never asked why me, and refused to let her diagnosis define her short life. Instead, she embraced every day with a warmth and positivity that could light up any room she entered. Amy's courage in the face of such overwhelming odds had a profound impact on Chip's approach to life and work. In interviews, he often credits her example when people ask how he maintains such an intense schedule with so little rest. His response is always the same: "I watched my sister Amy go and go and go without ever hearing a single complaint." Her determination to live fully, despite knowing her time was limited, became Chip's blueprint for approaching every project and every day. The loss of Amy transformed Chip from simply a talented car builder into someone with a deeper purpose. He threw himself into charitable work, becoming vice chairman of the Progeria Research Foundation's California chapter. Through car shows, auctions, and fundraising events, Chip has helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for progeria research, determined that other families won't have to endure what his did. This personal mission explains why Chip pushes himself so hard, working until 1 in the morning and maintaining a schedule that would exhaust most people half his age. Every custom build, every television appearance, and every public event is done with Amy's memory driving him forward. The tragedy also gave Chip a perspective that many in the entertainment industry lack: the understanding that fame and success are fleeting, but the impact you have on others lasts forever. Amy's spirit became the foundation for everything Chip would accomplish in the years that followed. By 2008, the pressure of maintaining Overhaulin's breakneck pace was taking a devastating toll on Chip Foose, both physically and mentally. What audiences saw as effortless automotive magic was actually the result of grueling schedules that pushed human endurance to its absolute limits. The show's original format demanded the impossible, completely transforming cars in just 7 days while maintaining television production schedules. Chip revealed that during the first 5 seasons, he was completing an average of 29 cars in 9 months, essentially finishing a full custom build every week. The math was staggering and unsustainable. While viewers marveled at the finished products, they had no idea that Chip was regularly working until 1 in the morning, surviving on minimal sleep, and pushing his team to their breaking points. The burnout reached its peak by season 3, when Chip admitted he was physically and emotionally exhausted. The man who had built his reputation on perfectionism and attention to detail was struggling to maintain his standards while meeting impossible deadlines. The stress was affecting not just his work, but his personal relationships and overall health. TLC made the decision to cancel Overhaulin in 2008, citing declining ratings and the prohibitive costs of production. For Chip, the cancellation was actually a relief, a chance to step back, recharge, and remember why he fell in love with building cars in the first place. The automotive industry had changed dramatically since the show's premiere, with parts becoming more affordable but labor costs skyrocketing. This shift meant fewer people were willing to invest in truly custom builds, preferring to buy rather than create. When Discovery's Velocity network revived the show in 2012, the format had evolved significantly. Gone were the elaborate car-stealing pranks that had defined the original series, replaced by a more straightforward approach to custom builds. The new version ran for 4 more seasons until 2015, but it never quite recaptured the magic of the original run. The final Velocity episode aired in November 2015, marking what many believed would be the end of the Overhaulin legacy. Chip had completed nearly 100 car transformations over 11 years, but the toll had been enormous. The automotive industry was moving toward mass production and away from the kind of intensive craftsmanship that made the show special. The cancellation left Chip at a crossroads: continue chasing television fame or return to his roots as a custom builder, serving individual clients who truly appreciated the artistry involved in creating one-of-a-kind vehicles. Behind the cameras and away from the automotive spotlight, Chip Foose's personal life was undergoing dramatic changes that would reshape his entire world. The man who could transform any car into a masterpiece was facing challenges in his own relationships that proved far more difficult to rebuild than rusted metal. For years, Lynn Foose had been the invisible force behind Chip's success. She wasn't just his wife, she was his business partner, motivator, and the person who pushed him to take the biggest risk of his career. When Chip was still working for Boyd Coddington, it was Lynn who gave him the ultimatum that changed everything: leave Boyd's shop and pursue his own dreams, or remain forever in someone else's shadow. Lynn's influence extended far beyond emotional support. She was instrumental in the formation of Foose Design, helping to build the company from a small startup with $700 in the bank into a multi-million-dollar operation. Her business acumen and unwavering belief in Chip's talent provided the foundation for everything that followed, including the television success that made him a household name. However, the pressures of fame, constant travel, and the demanding television production schedule began taking their toll on their marriage. Rumors started circulating that the couple was experiencing serious difficulties, with tabloids claiming that irreconcilable differences were driving them apart. The speculation intensified when Chip began appearing at public events without his wedding ring, fueling gossip about an impending divorce. While Chip's representatives initially denied the divorce rumors, the truth eventually emerged. The marriage that had survived the early struggles of building a business couldn't withstand the pressures of celebrity. The split was kept remarkably private, with both parties working to shield their children from the public scrutiny that comes with high-profile separations. The story took an unexpected turn when Chip met artist Kathleen during a house showing in Orange Park Acres. According to multiple sources, it was love at first sight, a connection so immediate and powerful that it caught everyone by surprise. Kathleen, who shares Chip's artistic sensibilities and understands the creative process, brought a new energy into his life at a time when he needed it most. The transition from Lynn to Kathleen represented more than just a change in romantic partners. It marked a complete shift in how Chip approached his personal life. Where once he had been relatively open about his family, he now maintained strict privacy about his relationships, determined to protect his new marriage from the pressures that destroyed his first. While many assumed Chip Foose had retired from the spotlight permanently, the automotive legend has been quietly orchestrating one of the most impressive comebacks in reality television history. Far from fading away, he's been strategically rebuilding his empire and proving that true talent never really disappears. Foose Design remains operational in its original Huntington Beach location, where Chip continues to create one-off masterpieces for clients willing to pay premium prices for automotive perfection. Unlike the television days when speed was everything, Chip now has the luxury of time, allowing him to pour his decades of experience into each build without the pressure of artificial deadlines. The big surprise came in 2019, when Motor Trend announced they were reviving Overhaulin for a 10th season, bringing back the original team including Chris Jacobs and Adrian Janik. The new format eliminated the elaborate pranks that had become logistically difficult and legally problematic, focusing instead on the pure artistry of custom car building. While the episodes aired in 2019 and 2020, they reminded audiences why Chip's approach to automotive design remains unmatched. Financially, the setbacks barely dented Chip's empire. Celebrity Net Worth estimates his current wealth at $18.5 million, accumulated through decades of smart business decisions and licensing deals. His Huntington Beach mansion, valued at over $4 million, serves as both his primary residence and a showcase for his design philosophy. Recent public appearances have shown a more relaxed and confident Chip Foose. His scheduled appearance at the Toronto Motorama show in March 2025 generated enormous excitement among Canadian automotive enthusiasts, proving his star power remains intact. The fact that he was originally supposed to appear in 2020 but was forced to cancel due to the pandemic only heightened anticipation for his eventual debut. Perhaps most significantly, Chip has never abandoned his charitable mission. Recent collaborations with companies like Real Truck have resulted in custom builds specifically designed for auction, with proceeds benefiting the Progeria Research Foundation. These projects allow him to combine his automotive expertise with his commitment to finding a cure for the disease that claimed his sister. Industry insiders suggest that major television networks are actively courting Chip for new projects, recognizing that his combination of technical skill and natural charisma remains television gold. While he's become more selective about his commitments, the automotive world continues to watch and wait for his next move, knowing that whatever Chip Foose does next will undoubtedly be worth watching. The legend of Chip Foose proves that true artists never really disappear, they simply evolve. From the ashes of scandal and personal tragedy, he's rebuilt himself into something stronger and more purposeful than before. While fans continue hoping for his full return to television, Chip seems content creating automotive masterpieces on his own terms, supporting causes close to his heart, and maintaining the privacy that fame once cost him. The boy who started with 17 cents an hour has become an automotive icon worth millions, but more importantly, he's become someone his sister Amy would be proud of. Retry,